Thanks so much again for doing this. I've been looking forward to this. Can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Sure. Yeah, my name's Tyler. I'm originally from Houston, attended school at Auburn University, and now I'm living out here in South Carolina, working in real estate development as a financial analyst. I've been in this role for about 2.5 years. Um, yeah.
Nice. So, how would you describe the problems you had prior to joining TGS?
Yeah, so I did take the test once before joining TGS. I think my main problems were I wasn't exactly sure what information to study. I was using kind of some of the books that were out there, um, but it didn't really drill down into exactly what I needed to focus on. And then another one of the main components, I think, was understanding the dynamics of the test and how it actually works. The strategy that Isaac and TGS has works and is a huge game changer in accomplishing your goal score. Uh, and how they prepare you for that on test day. Um, as well, I honestly wasn't prepared for how thoroughly I needed to understand the information,
Mhm.
which, like I previously mentioned, I wasn't studying the right information.
Mhm.
You know, it takes more effort to accomplish these goal scores than you may initially predict. But with their system, y'all system, you guided me and got me to where I needed to be.
Well, I can't tell you how happy that makes me. And as someone who struggled like crazy for way too long with the test, I just never get tired of that feeling of other people breaking through after they've confronted some of the challenges that pretty much all of us go through. So just thanks for the trust. Thinking more specifically about our work together, what do you feel like were the most helpful aspects of it for you?
Yeah, I think the most helpful aspects were our weekly calls that we had. Teach me certain methods and strategies to solve the problems, especially in quant. Um, through that process, just you keeping me on track, and making sure I was putting in the work necessary to achieve my goal. Like I said, it's not as easy as it looks initially. So keeping on track and learning all that information, I don't think I would have been able to have done it without TGS.
Well, again, thanks for the trust on that, and it's good to have a teammate and some accountability in this process. Because I agree, it was like 10 times harder than I thought it was going to be, 10 times more work, 10 times more line items, and yeah, there were definitely some really discouraging moments in my process. So, as a result of working together, what have been some of your outcomes?
I think two big ones. Obviously, I achieved the goal score that I set out to accomplish. It took two tests, but we eventually got the 705, which at sometimes seemed unattainable, but your confidence in me helped me get there. And I think it honestly has motivated me outside of GMAT, just knowing that, setting your mind to something and really working towards it, you can see the fruits of your labor. So I think there's actually applications outside of, you know, just the GMAT alone.
Mm. Mm. Happy to hear that, man. And I mean, achieving those ultra high scores, it's just it's so difficult to do. The applicant pool is so competitive and you're such an easy person to have faith in, man. So I appreciate you saying what you said at the same time, like thanks for working so hard. And it's not like I have a magic wand over here, I can tell you what to do, but someone's got to put in the time at the desk. So so great job on that. It's a huge win. For people who are in the program, maybe if they're struggling to implement some of the advice or they're just kind of like having a down moment, what would you say to those folks?
Yeah, I'd say, keep your head down. Practice makes perfect. Um, I actually, and this is funny because we use this in and the essays that we crafted together, which got me into the MBA program, was I heard a saying that the best geologist is the one who has seen the most rocks. And it's the same thing with GMAT. Like you just got to work and practice. And if you do it enough, you'll get those strategies down, you'll get the timing down, and the methods down, and you'll be able to accomplish that goal score you're looking for. It may just take more time, but it's all about just, chipping away at that iceberg.
Thanks, man. I'm sure a lot of people are going to hear that and it's going to make a difference for them. Sometimes you just need to trust that process, right? And
Exactly.
yeah, have faith that if you look at a few more rocks, you're going to get where you want to go. I love that quote in that story, by the way. So then how about folks who might be on the fence about joining the program? They're either like unsure whether they should book a call or if they're thinking about joining, if they've already booked a call, what would you say to those folks?
Sure. I'd say, I personally, the only tutor I've worked with was the GMAT strategy and yourself, Isaac. I know other folks who have used other programs, and honestly, across the board, I hear a lot of frustrations. And at not one singular point during this process did I ever feel like you didn't have your you know, full mind towards my development and your full effort into all this work. So I think if you're on the fence on choosing between the GMAT strategy and a different company, it's an easy choice. And I think if you're on the fence of pursuing this at all or not pursuing it, there's no better person to go with than yourself and the GMAT strategy.
Well, can't thank you enough for saying that, man, and for the kind words. I really appreciate it. And honestly, I could not have enjoyed working together more. I was so happy to see the time and energy that you invested paying off, and just awesome to have some time to celebrate together. So thanks again for this.
Yeah, of course.